Hey everybody, Lucas Haneman here. Welcome to this week's episode of Guitar Tone Tuesday. Today's episode is all about Graphtec string saver saddles. I love Graphtec, they're a Canadian company. I'm a Canadian guy. And I love the saddles. I really do love them because it's a surefire way to know that you're not going to break a string when you can only bring one guitar to a gig. So here's my situation this week. It's a bit of a wild one. I have 4 gigs with an artist, and I have to play acoustic guitar on those gigs. A couple of those gigs are out of town, east of Montreal. When I finish the last gig east of Montreal, I'm going to have to come back almost all the way to my place, but I'm going to have to stop and go to another gig on the way home. Now, this other gig is not with that specific artist, it's with a different artist, and on that other gig, I'm going to be playing electric guitar. It's something like 7 gigs in 4 days. It's wild. But, you know what? As a musician, I'll take it. I always enjoy those kinds of days. I enjoy going on the road as well, so it's always fun. Now, what does that have to do with Graphtec string saver saddles? Well, for the electric gig, I'm not really familiar with the venue, and I have to loan out my guitar for a few days beforehand so it can arrive at the venue with the other musicians in the other band. So I figured I'm going to loan out the guitar that I don't really care if it gets knocked around a bit. And this is that guitar for me. This is my old 1994 American Strat Plus, made by Fender, that I bought used off my guitar teacher when I was 12 years old. And I love this thing. It's been great. It's been wonderful. But it's fallen off of stages. It's fallen out of cars. It's got some battle scars. And it's fine if it gets knocked around a little bit. And also, it's a Strat. It can do anything. So, what we're going to do is we're going to hear this guitar with its current saddles. Then we are going to swap those saddles over to the Graphtec string saver saddles. And we're going to do a before and after comparison video to see if you guys hear the difference in the saddles and whether, if there is a difference in the sound, is it worth it? Is it worth it to stay with these original saddles even though you might break a string here and there? Or is it worth it to go over to the Graphtecs where you're going to be very safe to know that your strings are going to survive the gig with you? Let's check it out. Here we go. All right, so we are back. Same amp setting, same strings that actually really need to be changed. I'm going to change them before I go on the road. But new saddles. So what did you guys think of the before and after clips? Did you guys hear a difference? Did you guys hear a difference in the sustain of the guitar? Did you hear a difference in the timbre of the guitar? I didn't hear a big difference in the sustain myself, but in terms of the timbre, I did hear one thing. With these Graphtec String Saver saddles, I heard a little more of an upper mid-range warmth to the sound. So it was perhaps a little less snappy, but more mid-range, more cut, which for a Stratocaster, any type of additional mid-range to cut through the mix is actually a really good thing in my opinion. So maybe it sounds a little more modern perhaps with these saddles. I don't know. But it's so minor. It's so minor. So that to me is the only real difference. The only thing I will say about these original String Saver saddles, these old ones, the all graphite ones, is that in some rooms with really bad dirty power, you can have a little tiny bit of a very minor grounding issue if you take your hands entirely off the guitar. So you can kind of hear that kind of zip, 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 just very minor. And I think it's because these saddles are made from graphite. That's the only downside to these saddles. Although that has been solved with the newer Graphtec saddles. Like I bought these saddles years and years ago to put on this guitar. I took them off for a while, went back to the original ones, and then went back to these today. But I do have some of the newer Graphtec saddles on my Melanson guitars. And those are different because they're made from metal with just a very small graphite insert that the string goes over. And that, still prevents the string breakage, but they don't have that grounding issue. Again, probably because they're actually made from metal. But you know what? It doesn't bug me because I can count literally on one finger the amount of times I've broken strings with these saddles on this guitar. And I've had these saddles on my guitar for, I don't know, maybe 12 years now, something like that. It's been quite a long time that I've had these on this guitar. And literally, there was only one time I broke a string, and it's because I pushed it so hard that there was no chance it wasn't gonna break. So yeah, honestly, just for that insurance policy, I love them. And Graphtec makes a lot of different stuff. They make saddles, they make nuts, they make, I think, even tuners. They do a lot of cool stuff. So go over to their website, check out what they do. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Graphtec, and thanks so much for watching. I am going to play you guys out with a little clip here. I decided to plug this guitar into some pedals, including my signature Mayfly pedal, which is a boost/fuzz, and we're just going to make some noise. We're going to have some fun. But anyways, I'll catch you guys on next week's episode of Guitar Tone Tuesday. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.